Hey guys, my name is SimDriver061 and today I'm gonna show you how I make my liveries for Assetto Corsa, so let's get started. So in the first place we need to gather all the software we need. From the start you should get yourself familiar with Content Manager. Content Manager, if you don't know, is a software where you can organize all your tracks and cars and all that stuff, and on the top it brings some pretty neat features we will need for the skinning of the car, so you definitely want to get that. The next thing we need is Photoshop 2021. Yeah, you should probably get it from the Adobe website. I don't know if my workflow does work with Adobe Photoshop 2022 because I'm working at the moment with 2021, but if you know that, let me know down in the comments. The next thing you'll need is the Nvidia Texture Tools Exporter. That's a plugin we need for our Photoshop to export our liveries in the right format so we can use it in the game. Everything is linked below down in the comments. The installation is pretty straightforward, so I won't show that here. But if you have any issues or something like that, then just let me know down in the comments. I am free to help. Alright guys, so I hope you've installed all the software you've needed and started Content Manager. The first thing we're gonna do is to open up the car we want to make a skin for. So I want to make a car for the VDC S15. Just make a right click on those three little dots over here and you click on Open Car and Content tab. So now you're gonna get taken over here and you can say folder. This will open the car's folder, and this is the typical data structure of a car mod. The thing you're gonna look for is the skins folder, and here we are just creating a new folder for our new skin. So let's name it test_YouTube. So now that we've done that, we have our skin folder. So it's completely empty, as you see, but we changed it. Yeah, now we're gonna open the car in the Content Manager showroom. Just click CM showroom and you should see something like that. I don't know if the car will open in the same showroom as mine, but that's nothing you need to worry about. We are currently looking at the D-Max Racing skin, so we are going to change that to the skin we've just made, so basically the empty folder. So now we have a blank white car, or whatever it should look in your place. The thing we'll now do to get started, we're gonna export all the files we need to make the skin. So basically you just click on any of the body panels and something like that on the side should show. The thing we want to export to draw the livery on is the TX diffuse file. So you just click on the three dots back here, then you say what resolution you want to export your map. I usually like it to say calculate map of custom size and go with a resolution of 4096 by 4096. So it's basically a 16K texture, but the higher the resolution, the more details you can put on the car. So you just say OK, and the file is getting rendered for you. Yeah. Now you should see the rendered AO map of the car, and just click once on this window and you should see a save button right down here. Just click it and then this window will open and we navigate to the folder that we've just made. The file name needs to be exactly like this, so just don't change it, just save it. So now that we've done that, we want to export the mapping of the car. Why is this so important? I'll show it to you. Just export it in the same resolution as we did with the AO map. So you see, the AO map gives you a better feeling of the structure of the car when we look at it from a 2D perspective. So I usually like to export it, so it's way more easier to work with that on a car. But I'll show you that later. So we're just gonna click save, skins, test_YouTube, and now we make, yeah, just name it mapping or something like this. It's probably, yeah, so it doesn't really matter how you named it. Yeah, so we can close that. And now we can open up the files. Just double click on the DDS file, leave everything here like that, so it is okay as it is. Just click OK. And now we have our mapping file in Photoshop. What we're gonna do now is gonna navigate back to the folder and just drag and drop the mapping file over here, so you get a better feeling from the car. I think you see where we're gonna get with this. Yeah, so what we're gonna do now is to remove the little lock over here just by clicking on it, so that we can do stuff with the layer. I usually like to start with a new group, so I really like to group my items in Photoshop to arrange them better with, yeah. So let's start with a base color for a car. Just, I don't know, I'm feeling like purple today. Yeah, so just paint it layer, but yeah, you don't see any color, but you see it down right here. The thing is, when we are working with those layers, you usually put the AO map we've exported to multiply. So everything that's done here will be multiplied with this layer, and so we get all the details of the AO map. The mapping we can disable at the moment. So yeah, we have a purple car. So Content Manager brings a pretty neat feature if you want to make changes to your car and see them like instantly on the 3D model. It's the best if you work with two separate monitors at this point. I'm just showing it to you here at this one monitor. I hope I get all of this lined up. So basically, you need to enable skin editing mode. As it says here, it's using PSD, XCF, and all other files that's in the skin folder. It's just necessary that the file is ext_body, and what's behind that, Content Manager will deal with it. So enable skin editing mode and just say save. And we just save it as a PSD file in the skin folder. Yeah, maximize compatibility, whatever. And what you see now, that our change was immediately here. So if I now grab a brush right here, make another layer, and just make, I don't know, something here on the side just for demonstration purposes. Just press Ctrl S while you're on Photoshop, so it saves the PSD file and you'll see it instantly in Content Manager. So that's basically how I work when I arrange some new stuffs like new icons and whatever. I just work with this, so I can just see it instantly on the car, how it looks, and rearrange stuff around. And yeah, so I'm gonna finish the skin by now. You should see a quick time lapse, and yeah, then I'll see you again. Yeah guys, so I'm basically done with this side, just for demonstration purposes. That's nothing too crazy, just throwing some tribal kind of styles, something on the car I've designed a few weeks ago, and just put some sponsors up here. That's not a particular good setup, but you know, it's just for demonstration purposes. If you have more time and stuff like that, I think you get a better layout done than this here. So some people just flip this all over, so you can basically cannot read it on the other side, but that is something that totally bugs me out every time, and I really like it when I can read the sponsors from all sides of the car. So I have one big tip for you. Work with layers and organize your stuff. So basically what I'm gonna do, I put my design in a separate, what's it called? It's called a group in Photoshop. I put my design in a separate group, so as you can see here, and I put all my sponsors in a separate group. So I would highly recommend that you do that. And for every sponsor you put up there, make sure you at least clicked once convert to smart object. What it does, once you do stuff like I did with the Momo logo up here, or with the NGK logo, that you gave them a slide angel and stuff like that, it saves those properties in the object and does not make them permanent, so it just saves them. And if we turn that up to the other side, you have a way easier job to just flip those decals around and make them good readable. So what I'm gonna do now is to mark both of them, put them in another group, just turn them down or something like that. And we're gonna, what's it called, duplicate group. We duplicate this group and we call them up, or something like that. And now you want to show yourself the layer that's on top of all, and you're gonna mark the group up we've just made here and press Ctrl T to transform. And now you click Shift and drag your design up, so you move them in a straight line so it's perfectly parallel to the other side. What you now want to do is go up here and say H stands for height, and you say minus, so it's completely flipped. And now we can adjust with the help of the mapping. So let's get a point to compare. Like, let's see, the hyper logo is just slightly cutting that line up here. So let's have a look. It's just slightly cutting it, but I think it can go a bit more up. So it's cutting it slightly in the back, a bit higher in the front. I think that looks good to me. So let's compare it to that NX logo down here. I'm just going about... Yeah, that looks good to me. The Trust logo also looks good. So just click apply up here. And now we have all of this transfer to the other side. So we just disable the mapping layer, Control S to save all of this, and now we have our livery transfer to the other side. But as I said, you can't read any of the sponsors. Some people like to run the stuff like this. I absolutely don't. I hate it if I see anything like that. So what we're gonna do now is we are gonna rotate our image on 100 degrees, 180 degrees. And now we get up our sponsors from the up layer that's now here. And now you just say press on that layer of your sponsor, like the NGK logo here, and just click press Ctrl T on your keyboard and reverse the width of that object. And we repeat that process for every sponsor we put up here. So that's something that's a bit time consuming if you have many sponsors in the car, but in my opinion it's definitely worth it. So it looks much more cleaner. What means cleaner, but I mean appealing from all sides, and nobody gets their head wrapped around thinking what's the sponsor of the side on the car, you know. So yeah, that's done. So let's rotate it back another 180 degrees, Control S to save it, and now we have all the sponsors on the car. So yeah, the process for the roof, the rear, the hood, it's completely the same. Just put your decals in a work here with separate groups for like hood or something like roof, whatever. Just put your stuff up there. Yeah, just put some, I don't know, like put your number up here or stuff like that. So let's make it bigger and convert this to a smart object as we did with all our sponsors. Yeah, let's make a carbon hood. So let's get out our brush, paint it, and that's something I usually do for carbon hoods. I use a pattern overlay, and then I have some already prepared carbon fiber textures. If you want to know more about that, just let me know down in the comments. Maybe I'll do another video on that. But I think that's a little bit too much for now. So we'll press Ctrl S. Let's see, we have our carbon fiber hood. We have the number up here. So yeah, I think we're good to go. If you're happy with your library and all the stuff you've done down here, we're gonna come to the next part, the export, the real export of your livery. Because if you disable skin editing mode like here, the car is still white. So yeah, that's what your car will even look like if you're gonna start the game. It won't load the PSD. So let's get to the right export, my friends. Just say File, Save As. And now you should choose the DDS Nvidia Texture Tools exporter. Just look that you're on the right folder up here. Click Save. Yeah, we want to replace it. And now you need to use the right format up here. The usual format for body textures is BC3, so just choose that, click Save, and you'll see here our livery on the car without skin editing mode. So yeah, now you can close Photoshop or whatever. You even have your PSD file if you want to make changes in the future or something like that. Yeah, so we're gonna close Photoshop. Yeah, just save it in case we miss something. And now we can close the custom showroom. We're gonna go back into our content manager. We are still here in the content tab, and we have our livery up here. So now we are missing the livery icon and the preview. You can just right click on the livery icon and say update preview, and he will generate a preview for you. And you can do the same with generate livery icon. So now just choose a map, your car and the skin you've done, and we're just gonna go. Yeah guys, so now we have our car right here with the livery we just made, from all sides readable. Yeah, looks good so far to me for a quick throwdown. So yeah, that's it for liveries from cars. So at least my workflow, how I do it. If you wanna skin your wheels or something like that because you're not happy with the color or stuff like that, the process is exactly the same. Just click on it, get the TX diffuse, click right here, calculate AO. Here you don't need 4069 by 4069. Here you're good to go with 512 by 512. So just calculate AO as we did before, and you're left with this image. And then just click Save, go to your skin folder, save it. Then you're gonna open the DDS file as we did before. So I'm gonna show that to you again. So we just open the real AO file, let Photoshop load all in. Yeah, and now we're gonna do it like the AO of the car. Just remove the lock down here, put that up. We want to multiply all of that. I want to have some, I don't know, like some brown, bronze, something like that. Just color it, save as, DDS, save, yeah, we want to replace it. Just don't forget to put the BC3 format up here, save. So now it's all saved, and yeah, we have our colored wheels. So that's it, guys. If you want me to show you how to skin the windows on cars or stuff like that, because that's a bit more complicated in the most cases, just write it down in the comments. If you have any questions about this, feel free to hit me up. Write me a message, write a comment, something like that. Yeah, I hope you liked the video so far. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment for more, and see you in the next video.